Welcome to The Gorgeous Effect, the podcast that's about to rock your marketing world. I'm Julie Chanel, and with my co-founder, Cathy Olson, we're the masterminds behind Funnel Gorgeous and FG Funnels. We're about to drop some serious tea on how to create funnels that not only look amazing, but actually convert into customers. We'll chat mouth-watering offers, copy, design, and give you an inside look of some of our best and worst funnels. No smoke and mirrors, just real strategies that work from two ladies who have been around the funnel block. So grab your coffee or something stronger, we won't judge, and get ready to unleash the gorgeous effect on your business. It's time to show the world what you've got. Let's do this. Hey everyone, this is Julie and Cathy, and welcome to the last episode of 2025. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. I cannot believe 2025 is over.
That it's that it finally is ending.
That the year is over. It went so
fast. We survived it. Like, which thing can I not believe?
No, I mean,
we still like each other after all this time. I mean, what?
Oh my gosh. Well, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, all the holidays. This is our last episode of the year. We're going to take next week off. We both celebrate Christmas and we're rolling in 2026. I don't know, man. You're talking like it went slow for you. It went so fast for me. Do you feel like 2025 went slow?
No, I think it was slow. Because like you got married, basically a little bit over a year ago, and that feels like 5 years ago. So like to me, it must have been a long year. And even just thinking of some of the things we launched, that feels like such a long time ago. Like that, it feels like 2 years, I think.
Interesting.
So slow to me.
Okay, so I was thinking we could, as part of this episode, we could kind of recap the highlights of this year, and we'll do like reflection on our year at Funnel Gorgeous. And I think people who are listening to this, you need to do this too, because you don't realize how much you get done in a year. What is that saying? People underestimate what they can do in a day, but overestimate what they can do in a day, but underestimate what they can do in a year, something like that. We kicked off January 2025, and we started the second year of Metrics Muse. So we've just completed year 2 of our subscription, but also we launched the Audience Builder Challenge. That was only 1 year ago. Isn't that crazy?
That was like 2 years ago.
That was like a lifetime ago.
Yeah, no, that was so cool. I remember doing that design and going, this is like nothing I've ever designed before. It's so weird and cool, but I still love it. Like when we show it off, even because we're still using it, people are still like doing this
Audience Builder Challenge all the time.
Yeah, all the time. And when I see it, I'm like, we did such a good job. Like it looks really good. So I'm still proud of that. Sometimes I look at designs and I'm like, oh, I don't know what was going on there, but this one I'm proud of, and I think we did a good job, and it was great. That was giving January energy for sure for us to pull that one out, because I don't know if we would have made, if we were making that this month or next month, like I don't know if we'd have the same energy, but that was good. That was
it makes me wonder if there's anything that needs to be updated or if everything is still relevant because of how fast everything moves, because it's basically a year old. It's one of the things we reference almost every single week. It's free for FG Funnels customers. One of the best assets we made. You can also buy it for $97 if you're not an FG Funnels customer. But I think most of it is still completely relevant. We may have to go through and look at it, but it's so well designed, so well done, helps people build an audience, which is the thing they need most. And it also teaches people how to use the software in a really step-by-step way. It was definitely a winner. I'm glad we did that. The other thing we did in January, because like we didn't have enough things to do, is we launched Offer Brand.
Yeah, which was like mostly on my plate, and so that one was scary. Maybe
it was February. I think maybe it was February. Anyway,
I think it was the end of January, maybe when we were working on it. I feel like I was building it in January, so maybe it was February, but it was right after. It was right after ABC, but that one was crazy. I felt like I downloaded my brain or uploaded my brain. Yeah, uploaded my brain on that one. But also, it's funny when I do teach design, I was just thinking about this. I don't teach it the way that you would learn it, like in school. I like show like the shortcut way of like, here's all the crap you don't need anymore, because I think there's such waste in teaching. And I know you do this too, but it was just interesting because I don't usually do the teaching, to teach an old school idea of like creating a brand, but then updating it to like, but here's a real way that like it's almost like driving, when you teach your like teenager how to drive and you're like, well, this is how you're supposed to do it, but like really people like you do
This
we
is how they
you
really
know
do it. Yeah.
yeah like oh you're supposed to have your hands at like 10 and 2 or whatever, but like nobody does that, that kind of thing. Although that's probably not a good example because we probably should have our hands at that. But I digress. My point is that I think like running it through the entrepreneurial mindset of what you actually need to know and like what you don't need to know, and like also the sales and psychology part of it that I was never taught. I just that turned out to be a really good course, and we've even included it as bonuses because it's such a good course. It's like
So
we're
foundational.
like you have to have this, like, so that's fine. You don't buy it. We're just include it because you really just really need this. And so
Yeah.
I find that interesting, that we've
We
we've used it as a resource also.
Yeah, we use that offer brief all the time. That offer brief GPT, man, is doing so much like work. That was like one of our first GPTs that people were just like, this GPT is amazing. I don't know how I built an offer without it. The offer brief GPT. You know what else we were doing in January and February that wasn't a launch, but we had made all these promised hot seats and audits from Black
Ooh,
Friday, Cyber
yeah.
Monday. You and I were like underwater doing hot seats and audits. We had a very busy beginning of the year.
Yeah, I do remember thinking, what on earth are we doing? Like,
What
why
did
is
we
this?
do?
Yeah,
Yeah.
why is this It just all happened kind of, it just everything needed to happen at once. Like there was kind of no way to go around it.
Okay, then in March, we took off and launched Launch Gorgeous Live Webinar Edition. So proud of that program. This is the single most leverageable thing that you can do. We've talked about it in an earlier episode, creating a live presentation. I put basically 50% of my private clients through this program. Many of them have had a complete change in their financial trajectory doing this. And I think, yeah, I think it's one of those things where I'm like, everybody do this. Everybody. Like everybody. And I'm really proud of that. And even though we did it live and we have never repeated a Launch Gorgeous live, I actually think that one is
I
worth
was
repeating,
just gonna say the same thing. That is so weird. You were just reading my I was gonna say we've never repeated it. But
but we
if we
should.
ever were going to, it's this one. And also, um, people are also asking what's Launch Gorgeous gonna be for
I know.
spring and fall. So we're trying to decide, but like honestly, I'm like on the same page with as you, because I think enough has like changed even that we would update. Like not like that it's like out of,
Yeah, no, it's
it's
not.
not
But
totally,
just
but just even like a plus version of adding things, because we just saw this whole piece of FG funnels where you can go live and have people come in and you don't even need to use Zoom now. I'm like, oh my gosh, like there's definitely things, and there's a whole there's new webinar tools inside of FG funnels that didn't exist, when we were just creating that. So I was just gonna say that. So I think we're on the same page. Like we need
yeah,
to figure
I
out where
mean,
that goes next year for
at
sure.
this point, we've done almost every type of funnel for Launch Gorgeous, and I'm not in the position. I don't think either of us are like, hey, let's just make up new funnels just to give people busy work. I think that the PLM funnel from Launch Gorgeous, the live webinar from Launch Gorgeous, and the application, which that one we haven't done in a while. I think those are the three that make the biggest difference in people's businesses. So that's what we did in March, and that moved into April. And that slid into May. And I think it was sometime around May. Oh, before I get to May, I also realized, you know what else we did at the beginning of 2025? Goodness gracious. No wonder we're tired. We rebuilt the entire Launch Gorgeous site and launched the Launch Gorgeous
Oh, right.
accelerators.
Right.
We also did that as if and I remember that first accelerator we did in February, and we have two of our team members, Amber and Jess T, who run them. We had, I think, like 10 people. And now the one in December that we do them quarterly is completely sold out.
Yeah.
It's completely sold out. So that was, that also happened at the
Yeah,
beginning.
I've seen people planning it out. Oh, that's going to be my next accelerator. Or I'm going to use this for like they it's like become a thing that okay, we just do every accelerator and we just use our launch gorgeouses. So it's like it's become a household name, I think, at this point.
I know. Because I was just looking, I was like, what did we do in May and June? And then I was like, oh, we did another accelerator in June. But I believe it was in May that I gave like an ultimatum to everyone on the team. And I was like, if we do not get our weekly webinar out soon, I'm going to
Oh
lose my
yeah.
mind. Do you remember?
Yeah, because we were talking about it over and over and over, and
And
you're
we kept
like, this
talking and
is
it kept not
happening.
happening. I mean, because we had a million things going on. I was like, we have to do this. And June 9th was our first weekly webinar for FG funnels. And we did it all summer with like marginal results. And it's only been in the last couple months that it's taken off and added like serious, serious money to our bottom line.
Yeah.
I'm so
Yeah,
glad we did it.
so it was never like a waste of time, but it's been a fact-finding mission, I think, ever since
For
we
sure.
started to figure out, just like presentation stuff, but like what's a good like sales on the call versus sales after the call, and like
Hmm.
dealing with overcoming objections, like which things to include, which things distracted people, like really like getting really good feedback live from the people. And gosh, the questions have changed over time. Like it's been
True.
super interesting for me to see how it's different every week, and gosh, all the times that like we probably should have canceled it and we didn't, and we did it anyways. It was like, and then it ended up like selling a bunch that day, and we're like, man, if we would have canceled it, like we would have lost all this revenue. Like, yeah, so
Yeah.
I think that's like almost one of our biggest successes. Not almost, I don't know,
It is. It's
is that,
it's
would we
absolutely
say
our biggest
our biggest
success
success of the year was the weekly. Yeah.
was the weekly webinar in terms of just like what it's done for it's reversed our churn. It's added significant revenue. The funny thing about it is we actually canceled a launch that we were supposed to do in the summer. We had two ideas that we were going to do that we never got to. We were going to do a sort of like a virtual conference and talk about FG Society. We also were going to do a summer launch gorgeous on the quizzes. We canceled both of them. I think it's not because they weren't great ideas, but it was like if we didn't, we would have never gotten this weekly live webinar out the door. And the weekly live webinar wasn't like super flashy, and yet it was the right decision. It was absolutely the right decision to do that. And we just have to find time to do some of those other fun things. So we ended up canceling two things. Then in August, we did another accelerator, and we were deep in prep for the fall Launch Gorgeous, which was Launch Gorgeous Authority Edition. This was the most different Launch Gorgeous we ever did, but it was so fun.
It was really fun, and I think everyone agreed it was good. I don't know. I think it was like low pressure in a way, like
Mhm.
right when it needed to be low pressure, of just building this like asset that will grow with you and grow your business and build like foundational success versus kind of chasing after stuff. And I think, not that it wasn't challenging. I think making a personal brand has been really challenging for a lot of people, and that's why they were struggling. But I think it was one of the easiest funnel wise to build. I don't know, maybe they'll
We're also
disagree with
getting
me, but
better at building funnels that are easily modifiable. The software is getting
yes,
better,
yeah.
but people are finishing. I mean, that's one of the most satisfying parts about the Launch Gorgeous brand is that people come in and they finish. They do the thing they set out to do. And that I can't ask for anything more as a teacher in that regard.
Yes, yeah, everyone was super duper happy with this one. So I think it was a good choice, even though I wasn't sure about it because I was like, we're just creating a website, and you're like, no, that's a big deal. Like it's not as big of a deal to me because it's like I do these are so easy, but you're like, it's not easy for everyone else, trust
No.
me. And so I did spend a lot of time, and energy and thought designing the website for it, and it really shows. Like the results that people have launched they're just gorgeous. So
Yeah, they
I'm
look
happy
great.
with how that turned out for sure.
In October, we launched my book, the book that took 3 years to be
We
birthed.
had the
That
baby.
we
Yeah.
finally had the
We
baby.
had the $1 million grit baby was born.
We did. And then Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale, which is always a huge lift trying to get everything on sale and the catalog and all of that. We also pre-sold our brand newest program, Easiest Yes. And today is actually the day for the cart closing for anyone who wants to join us in Easiest Yes. And so excited about this because I think it's the skill and the instinct that people need no matter what kind of funnel they're running. And Lindsay's just such a great saleswoman. I think, she was the perfect guest teacher to bring into this program.
Yeah, I'm really, really excited about Easiest Yes. It's like one of my like most excited I think I've been. So it's going to be really, really good.
Well, one thing we did last December, and I'm not going to announce who the winner is yet because we still have a little bit longer of December and I want to wait till the end. But last Christmas, we had a team-wide, like virtual Christmas party. We had everyone guess how many FG Funnels users we would have at the end of the year. And I wrote it down and I put it in Slack as a reminder. And so we're going to see who got the closest in guessing. We are definitely net positive this year, which, I have learned not to take anything for granted in 2025. And we are so grateful to all of the new people in our community that have grown with us. We'll have to announce that somewhere. I'm not sure. Maybe one of our episodes in January when we kick it off, like which team member got the closest in terms of how many FG Funnels users we acquired.
Yeah, I think at the moment, wasn't it like Jess Foster, I think was the closest or something like that. She was pretty.
Yeah, there were a bunch of us that were like right in the range, like you, me, Jess Foster, Cherie,
Yeah.
bless her heart. She definitely had
She had overshot a
she
little
had
bit,
big
but we were
goals for
like, we
us.
like you, we like your gumption. We,
We
I,
appreciated her enthusiasm.
yeah. So, but we still have time left, so we'll see where it ends.
Yep.
Who
We
knows?
had we had let's see, we added two new team members, right? Two new team members to the Funnel Gorgeous team. We also had
We had
one
a
of our team members
maternity leave
had
kind
a
of.
baby. Yes, and 2026, here it comes. We have yet to do our 2026 planning. We're very late this year. Normally we have this done by now. We will get it done. We've got
But you know what that means is that our January is not going to be crazy because it'll be too fast for us to throw them.
January won't be
So our
crazy.
January this year will look different than last January because we have more time to
But
think through.
something that's interesting that I think need that we want to continue to focus on is the rate of I don't know what the word is, the rate of new features and new technology coming out in marketing automation is blindingly fast. One thing we did do in September is we had Nuno do an AI training that's still available for all FG Funnels users. But I think you are going to see in 2026, Cathy and I merging our marketing acumen with the features and technology that are coming out because, it's so hard to keep up. And sometimes it's like, you're like, oh my gosh, there's all these features and, I could do this and I could do this. And it's like, it's not about like what you could do because you literally can do anything now. It's more about what you should say yes to and what you should absolutely ignore. And I think if we can help people do that with our software, in fact, just today, I was on a call with a client and I was showing her around the communities feature. She's like, I can totally cancel Circle. And I'm like, I know, just one feature is $99 a month on Circle and you can get the entire software for $129 a month. Like it's a no-brainer. And so we definitely want to blend our marketing acumen with the technology and you'll just see that merge happening more and more and more. Two other things I forgot. No, well, one, two, sort of. We also launched the Second Brain.
I know,
Remember
I was
that?
just gonna say that. I was like, wait a minute, we forgot about Second Brain. We did.
It was a total accident.
So that was, well, I was looking at when the domain was registered and it was registered in May, the end of May. So was that maybe June-ish?
I mean, basically, I just did a free class on how I use ChatGPT. Then I made it a $12 replay, and then tons of people bought it. And Cathy was like, "Man, maybe I should make a sales page for this." And then we had thousands of people buy it
Yeah,
through a PLM funnel.
that was an accidental, really awesome 2025 launch just last second. But yeah, that went really, really well. And that ended up being like a really good introductory offer for us and like a front end, like that was kind of bringing people into our world and buying other things. So like not even like it was low cost, but it actually led to a lot
Yeah.
more purchases. So that was a really good intro offer that was accidental. But it
Oh,
worked out for us.
I totally forgot what else we did. Remember, we instituted a monthly sale. You did
Oh my
that.
gosh, yeah. Duh. Thanks. Thanks. I forgot my freaking own thing that I did.
Your own project. While I was doing the webinar, you were
Yes.
instituting a monthly sale and cross sales and all this kind of stuff. And that worked
Yes.
great.
When did yeah, that
It was
felt
summer.
like, yeah, I was gonna say it feels like July-ish or something, I think, when we did that. Oh man, we did a great job this year. Like we're as much as we're complaining about 2025, we actually did some amazing things. Yeah, so I basically together with Trish, she came to my house. She's also in San Diego, and she came to my house and we did this like Saturday meeting where we like mapped it all out. We kind of over-engineered it for sure. But we just figured we have so many courses that people don't even know about that we've created like over the years, and one leads to another. And it's like we've developed such a full ecosystem of like, you got this problem, we got that. You got this problem, we got that. Like we can solve almost any problem with our courses at this point. And I was like, but people don't know about it. And I was like, and it doesn't sell until it's like we talk about it and then it sells, but we don't talk about it, doesn't sell. So yeah, we instituted this kind of evergreen machine system of monthly sales. Every single month we have something for sale, which will definitely continue in 2026, and actually probably repeat some sales in 2026 also. So that I'm looking forward to that. That's always really fun. It's not a huge heavy lift because it's already created, so it just takes like a couple days of planning and just putting some things in place. But we've got it pretty much the system pretty down pat at this point. Really not a lot of lift for helping, and we're like improving the courses as we go. It's just it's very satisfying, I will say, the way that it works.
Yeah. Well, I think, when you hear what we've done this year, you think, oh my gosh, you must be rolling in the dough. The funny thing is we're actually lower revenue this year than we were a couple years ago. And we're holding steady. And I think that just, when we talk about 2025, it's very true. You have to work much, much harder for basically the same result or nearly the same result. And if you work the same as you have in the past, you'll see less. And I think that that's playing out for us. We're working very, very hard, and we are constantly trying to put our best foot forward. And we are getting close. We're getting close to what we were. We are definitely a stable company at this point, but we're not like growing these crazy leaps and bounds. And I think it's just the market. But we both firmly believe that every market has its ups and has its downs. And when it's in a downtime or when it's in a difficult time, your goal isn't to win. Your goal isn't even to grow. Your goal is to just outlast, right? Is to outlast everyone else. And I'm really proud. I'm really proud of the products we created this year, how we've done, that our revenue has remained stable, and I'm excited to see what we cook up for 2026.
Yeah, slow and steady wins the race. So I think, yes, for sure, endurance and continuing to do what we know works is going to be the theme for 2026. Like, we always have our little shiny objects and stuff, and that's fine. We always leave space for that, but really double downing on everything that we know is working and will keep working.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for listening. We love doing this podcast. We will see you in 2026. Talk soon.
Hey, gorgeous. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. And if you're thinking, okay, but what now? We've got you. So just for listening today, we want to give you a gift. Head over to learngorgeous.com. We're going to grab some free resources, free trainings, this month's specials, and everything you need to keep going. Until next time, make it gorgeous.